What's going on, everybody? Jim West here. Um, just want to kind of go over here, do a real quick of this is what's in my bag for the 2025 season. I'm an MA2 player, so this is going to be more kind of a series I'm going to be doing of the amateurs perspective. MA2 player, uh, 881 rated at the moment, still trying to break into that 900. So this is kind of what I've been throwing here. Is stuff I get around 350, 375 on a normal golf shot. I can max around 420, 430 on a good line. So just kind of give you a little bit of perspective there. So start here on my putter pouch on the backside. As you can see, actually, I'm on the Prodigy Street Team on there. So that's what my entire bag is, just Prodigy discs. I've been enjoying it immensely so far. I've gotten all 4 of my career wins since joining the team. So yeah, what I'm putting with this year is the 300 Fractal Soft PA3s. These right here, I prefer these over the standard run of 300 Soft, just because these seem a little bit firmer than those. They're kind of in between that good 300 and then the 300 soft. It's like not quite as soft as regulars, but gives me just enough give on there so I can get a good, strong, sturdy grip on there and be very trustworthy. So I've had them in my bag for a little while now. They're pretty beat up, but super awesome putters. I love them. Next, going on to my throwing putters, I have here the prototype club putter that came in the club box a couple quarters ago and everything. This one's been used quite a bit. It's pretty beat up. I don't know if you can see how warped it is there. Really, it does not fly like it was supposed to anymore. It's very flip up to flat, flip up, get some turn. Super reliable disc that I can power up on and trust. And then I have from the most recent club box, one of the most recent club boxes, the premium plastic of this same putter. This one I can just smash even into a headwind, and it will not come off of a hyzer line. I can throw it dead flat, and it's just going to go dead straight, laser beam the entire way. Um, these two right here complement each other so well. So that's why I had both of them, same mold, just different plastics in my bag. They each serve a different purpose right now. And then my other throwing putters, the in my opinion, what would a Prodigy bag, regardless if you're pro, amateur, be without having PA5 in the bag? It is one of the most versatile throwing putters, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. My main go-to here is the Reblend PA5. This one is just the Reblend plastic that they came out with is it feels phenomenal in the hands, and the Reblend PA5s are just kind of a tick on the more stable side of a PA5. So this one I can really trust it with a good power grip and put it on a bit of hyzer there, and it'll flip up, get a little, maybe a little bit of drift to the left, and kind of stable out and just kind of drop. So I really love that. I can get slow panning shots out of it and always rely on it to hit flat when it's done, as opposed to this 400 Ultra Soft here. This is their new Ultra Soft plastic. I've been loving it. Super grippy. Like they say on there, for cold or wet. I've had them wet before. You can still grip it really easy. This one right here is severely more understable than the Reblend though. So this one right here, I could throw it like this and get it to flip all the way and turn hard, and it will not come back. So it's very touchy, but it's good for those like dead straight, just gentle, touchy approach shots. If I want to get a dead straight backhand approach on something there, but don't quite want to use my sidearm or something like that with my A series disc, which we'll be talking about in just a second. Okay, moving on to my approach discs, my A series. I've got my go-to right here, which is why it's in my putter pouch. My go-to Dojo Die Ultra Soft A5, 500 plastic Ultra Soft A5. This thing, I'm primarily a forehand approach guy. I'm backhand dominant when it comes to like off the tee and throwing, but my forehand approaches are where I'm most accurate, where I'm most dialed in at. So this thing right here, it has held up for me in 30, 40 mile an hour headwinds at Woodway at Waco this past one that just happened this year and things. It's just been so reliable and so trustworthy in any condition. I absolutely love it. If I'm ever in a tricky situation or I need to get up and down for something, I just grab my A5 and I can just put it right where I want it to go. And this thing has just been money every time. Then my other approach discs here, I've got in my top pouch here. These ones don't come out as often, but I have a 300 A5 with the preserve stamp on there. I've had this one for over a year in my bag now, since last year's Texas State Doubles is where I got it from. And it's more of a dead straight A5 now, whether forehand or backhand. It has very little fade at the end, which is what I love it for. I can still trust it in a headwind even. I can get it to flip up and just ride dead straight and just slowly settle, maybe get a slow little drift to the left. You couldn't tell by the way I've been holding my discs. I'm a lefty. So all my stuff I'm going to be talking about backwards. So deal with it. But this A5 right here, if I'm ever iffy on any kind of approach shot, if I need it dead straight, I can put it on hyzer and still keep it there also and get that kind of more left finish that I'm looking for or something. This has just been such a go-to and trustworthy on a lot of stuff there, so that's one of the reasons it stayed in the bag. It's been there for so long. I know exactly what it's going to do when I need it, so I can turn it over and just have it pan. It doesn't matter. It's been so good to me. Now, this one's more of a recent addition, but it has already proven its worth. A 400 Ultra Soft A3. I love these Ultra Soft discs because they just hit and sit. They don't really want to skip too much or like bounce or anything. They just want to hit and crumple and kind of just stay wherever they hit the ground at. Yeah, this one right here, I can really power. This one's more for like off the tee pad kind of thing. If I really want to get a good power sidearm, but it's not a far hole or something, I could trust my A3 to not burn it over. Or even if I flex it a little, it will come back and get where I need to go and things like that, with still getting a really good amount of glide on it. And it feels great in the hand, forehand, backhand. That bead on it just, I don't know. Never used to be a beaded guy, but now beaded putters, beaded A3, I mean, it works. Keeps it nice and sturdy in the hand and stuff. So, yeah. And this guy right here is absolute beefcake of an A2. It's the 400 Glimmer A2 Ultra Soft that they came out with recently. And this is just an absolute meat hook. I can throw it here, and it's almost like a tilt the way it wants to flex out and come back down to the left every time. Or backhand, I can just rip it almost on a roller angle, and it will come back to the right. So this is just utility shot. If I need a hard scramble out of the woods or something, super tight angle, yeah, if I need a straight up and down, I can just spike hyzer this, and it gets vertical every time. So it just sits, because that Ultra Soft, man, it just hits and sits. That's all they do. That's what I love it for. And I love the flag stamp on it, too. I love flag stamp discs. And my last approach disc, this one's more like a skippy approach disc. If I need some ground play and everything, is one of the brand new AJ Carey Spectrum A5s that they just came out with. So far, the Signature Series this year has been amazing. The artwork on them, the swirls in the disc have been absolutely beautiful, and the feel of it, it flies just like an A5 should. I could trust it in any condition there. But this one comes out if I need a good skip around the corner or something, or I need that ground play to get there. I can trust it to always skip and move when it hits the ground, versus my Ultra Soft A5. That's just going to want to hit and sit. This one, I can always trust it to get that ground play that I need. Moving on to my mid-ranges now. This one here is my 750 M2. I got this from my local shop, actually, Ideal Discs. One of the tournaments that I went to of theirs, they were selling discs there. It was one of the only Prodigy discs they had. And I had never been a fan of the M2. All the ones that I had thrown were like just too stable for what I was looking for. But I got this ultra beat up, super seasoned 750 bar stamp M2, and let me tell you, this thing is an absolute laser beam. Like, it feels so good in my hand. Like, I don't know what really drew me to it in the beginning, but I was instantly drawn to it. Threw it a few times. I could throw it hyzer, let it slow flip up, and it'll go dead straight. Take a little bit off of it. I can keep it on a hyzer. Throw it dead flat. I can get a good drift to the left, and it's just going to drop down. And it doesn't go very far either. It has very little glide to it, honestly. It doesn't want to go far at all, which is really what I want out of a mid-range and stuff. I don't need it for a far shot. So this thing I can just trust on a dead straight at any time in any condition, whether I fan grip it, power grip it, it doesn't matter. This M2 quickly made the bag as soon as I got it. Next up is a 400 Glimmer Alden Harris M4 that I've had in my bag for well over a year now. This one actually won me CTP last year at Texas State Doubles on the first throw with the whole tournament. Huge turnover shot and put it less than a foot from the basket. So yeah, it's been in the bag for a long time already. I can even trust this in a headwind to flip up and go dead straight and just not come off of that line. It still won't even finish to the right. It just wants to finish dead straight on there. It holds any line that I put on it. I can trust it on a hyzer. No, it's not going to flip up. I can trust it any. It's going to pan forever and still land flat. It doesn't want to come back at the end, but it'll land flat, which is what I'm looking for out of my mids. So, yeah, this Glimmer M4 has just been putting in the work for me and stuff. It's my main go-to when I reach for a mid-range. I always grab my M4. So, yeah, it's my Glimmer Alden Harris M4. Next up, a little touch more stability than that right there is this 500 Dojo Die Archive that I've had. I think this one's been in the bag probably a little under a year. Oh, it's coming up on the year mark. If I get a little bit too much headwind or something, or I need that dead straight with more finish, I'll reach for my archive here. If I need something that's going to go a little bit more to the right or something like that, or get a little more skip to it, but not as much skip as the next one I'll be talking about here in a second. This archive is just everything I need. And if I need an Annie to pan out and slowly come back to the right, this thing will just do it every time. It holds any line that I put on it pretty well with the little bit of predictable finish at the end, so I know it's not going to burn over and turn into a roller on me or anything. So, and it'll hold up to a lot more wind than that M4 will. So, it's my archive. And then my most recent Dojo Die disc, had him do my first run MX2. This is my most overstable mid-range here. It doesn't matter what the wind's doing. This thing I can trust to just go dead straight for me. Everything with that quite predictable, overstable hookup, little bit of skip. Yeah, it's just basically it's an overstable mid-range. I mean, it's what you think of when you think of an overstable mid. So yeah, that's what this slot feels right here. I can rip it dead straight, get over 200 with it, and then it's just going to go and just want to hook up. So yeah. All right, so next up, we're going to be talking about my fairway drivers. And I'm going to kind of do these, a little bit of the understable to overstable, kind of make it a little easier for me to keep track of this stuff really. So yeah, most understable that I have here is my 500 F9. It is the flippiest disc that Prodigy makes. This one right here is mainly just primarily for rollers. If I need like a tight gap roller or something that's going to get down and kind of hook up semi-quickly, I can get some good distance on it with a roller, but that's mainly what it's for. Or for those really, really tight, if I have a tight gap that I need to keep it nice and tight to the line, flip up, get it to go dead straight. I can control it a lot better than I thought I could. It's become pretty versatile for a super understable, but the primary function of it is a roller. So yeah, that's the F9. Then a step up from that is going to be my Holidays Rip It F7. I've had this thing for, I want to say, year and a half, almost 2 years probably. It's been in the bag. So yeah, this thing it's pretty stable for an F7. I would think that just straight off the top of my head, you would think F7 would take flip, turn over pretty hard. But this one here, I can flip it up, get some turn, and count on it to fade back flat and get a small finish at the end. So it is a super, super good woods disc. I mean, this thing has carved up so many lines for me around so many different trees. Gets a lot of good distance on it. I cannot trust it in a headwind though. That's for sure. But yeah, if I need a good tight hyzer to get up to flat, I can go almost vertical, get it all the way to flat, and it's just gonna ride. And with little bit of a finish on at the end and stuff there, but for the most part, it's pretty versatile, more so than I thought it would be when I first put it in the bag. Quickly become a go-to fairway driver. Next step up in stability from that would be my Dojo Dye Reblend F5. This thing, like, I can't really even describe it too much, how this Reblend F5 flies. It can be thrown on so many different lines. I can even trust it in some, not too hard of a headwind, but I can trust it in a mild headwind, probably like 5-10 miles an hour headwind, maybe. I flipped it up and got it to ride absolutely dead straight for the entire flight and finish dead straight. It got a nasty gash this year at Waco, unfortunately, at Woodway. No idea what it hit on the ground, but it hasn't seemed to affect the stability too much. It's still that very slightly overstable, understable fairway, if that makes sense. So, yeah, this thing has just been so good in so many different conditions. I definitely could not go without it. I need to get some backups of that Reblend F5, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And this one here, this was actually a gift from a buddy of mine. He got it for me in one of Ideal Discs auctions, and it has not left the bag since. This is my most used, most beat up F5 that was in GT Hancock's bag at one point. It's even got his signature here on the back and his PDJ number. I mean, this thing, it's way more understable than that Reblend F5. So this one here, the same angle that I can put that on, this I can flip up, and it will definitely always turn. It'll hold that turn for so long, but I can still manipulate the spin just right to where I can get a good flex shot out of it, where it's going to flex back and come back. I can make it just hold the turn the entire way of the flight and finish to the left. Dead straight, hyzer shots with it. I mean, it's crazy the amount of things that this disc can do, and because it's at that perfect level of beat-in state where I know what it's going to do. It's not going to change what it's going to do. So, yeah, other than that F7 being like one of my big go-tos, this is definitely my comfortable go-to fairway driver that I reach for in any condition, really. I'll throw this in a headwind. I don't care, because I know exactly what it's going to do. And I love having discs that I know exactly what they're going to do. That helps out so much on the course. Now, the newest addition to the bag, and when I say newest addition, I mean new. Like, I just put it in the bag yesterday after a field session. This came out of the most recent club box. It is a 500 Spectrum FX4 with the Rip It stamp. Every FX4 that I've thrown until with this one, has been pretty overstable. And that's not the slot that I wanted it to fill. I may have found a couple that would get a little bit of flip up, but they'd have like too hard of a finish and stuff, and that's what I relied on this one for here, which I'll talk about here in a second. So until this disc, I've been using a Shadowfax, and the one that I've been using got a little too flippy on me and things, so I put another Spectrum Shadowfax in my bag. It was doing exactly what I needed it to. The flip up, more stable than my Reblend F5, but not as stable as my FX2. So that's the slot that I really needed it. And I was throwing this FX4 yesterday in the field, and it just has so much more glide than my Shadowfax. Exact same flight, and it's able to hold up against the headwind a lot better. So this gives me more options to do with this disc here that none of those previous ones could fill, in a little bit more of a ripping headwind, which we get a lot here in Texas, while being able to still push and get that forward momentum that I'm needing and stuff on it, more so than the Shadowfax will. Shadows doesn't go quite as far. And I feel like I can control this a lot more. So I'm really excited to see where this gets beat into, and what all it's going to be able to do for me going down the road. But yeah, just put it in the bag, like so new. I haven't even put my name on it yet. It's that new to my bag. And now for my most overstable fairway driver, my Maple Hill stamp FX2. Before you ask, no, I didn't get it from Maple Hill. Again, Ideal Discs auction. If you haven't been to them, go check them out. They run some amazing online auctions, man. Typically Thursdays, Sundays, and sometimes Tuesdays, they run auctions in the evening time. So yeah. But I got this from one of their auctions. I have two of them with the Maple Hill stamp. This has been the one in my bag for the longest. and it's kind of beat into not as overstable as a FX2 probably should be. It's still a very trustworthy overstable fairway driver. It doesn't matter the headwind. I can keep it'll just stay on that hyzer angle. It might kind of try to come up a little, but it won't get up to flat. It doesn't want to go too far. I can get about 300 feet out of it, but that's kind of pushing it with this one right here. So I don't really need a super overstable fairway to go that far. If I need something more overstable to go further, that's what that FX4 is for. It's something I can trust to go just dead straight in a headwind and always get that right finish instead of your typical overstable fairway driver, that you would think of. So yeah, that's my fairway lineup. All right, now we're getting on to the basically the meat of everything. Everybody loves talking about these, the higher speed distance drivers. Now, my most understable one right here is one of the brand new reblend D4s. These have been the most overstable run of D4s that I found so far, especially out of the new runs of stuff. And this thing goes forever. And I don't know if you can see it really too much in there, but it's got a lot of dome on it. It's got glide for days. I can trust this on a full power shot on hyzer. Let it flip up. I might get a little turn out of it, but it's just gonna ride for a long time and then just slowly come down. And once it starts coming down, that stability really kicks in at the end. It's very interesting, and it'll still get some skip. I can get a little bit of right hook at the end of it and stuff. So yeah, more so than I thought I could for a D4. So it's definitely made the bag. I lost my original one in the lake at Lake Waco and everything. This is one of the backups I got while I was down there. So yeah, I love the vibrant yellow on it and stuff, and the stamp, the holographic stamp is just money right there. So I have 2 of these now. So if I lose one, I have another backup. Now this right here is my farthest flying disc in my bag. This is a pretty flippy run of 500 D2s. Now this does not, and I repeat, does not fly like a D2 does or should, or how you would think that a D2 would fly anymore at all. I think the D2 numbers now, they changed it as like a 12504 or a 13504, something like that. It's really overstable. But this thing right here has been in my bag for probably the longest out of any of these discs that are in my bag right now. And I can get this to hyzer flip in a tailwind now. If I really try and hit it hard, put a move on it, just smash it, I can get that flip up and then just ride on there. I've gotten this one well over 400 a few times. It's out in the field on a couple longer holes, longer courses nearby, and things like that. So, and it's dojo dyed, of course. So I didn't mention this earlier, but Dojo is I'm on Team Dojo as well as Team Prodigy. So all of my dyes that you're going to see in here are from CJ Webb. Go check them out for sure. But this one is definitely my favorite driver out of all of them because I can just get so much distance out of it. I can trust it. I'm getting to where I can start trusting it more in a headwind too. I'm learning how to control the angle, control the spin a little better so that I can still get that max distance out of it and a little bit more predictable flight. That's just coming with practice, really. As I said, still an MA2 kind of area. I've won a couple MA2s and things so far, but the more things I learn, the more I'm able to do with discs like that. The next one in my bag is another one of my favorites. It is my Katrina Allen stamped 400G D3 that I actually bought from Gannon Burr. He signed it on the back and put "Don't be afraid of failure" on there. I asked him to put some kind of quote that's helped him throughout his rounds when things aren't going too great or something like that, and he put that on there, and I absolutely love it. I've used that every time I grab this disc to throw it. I flip it and I look at that, and it helps me kind of calm down and clear my head, and I'm able to just go after it, whether it's a putt or a tee shot with this disc or something. Just seeing it down in my bag there, like, it kind of reminds me because I know that's on it and things. So that really helps out a lot. So again, thank you, Gannon, for selling this to me. This thing has been an absolute workhorse in my bag. I absolutely love it. And thank you again so much for putting that on there for me. You have no idea how much that's helped. And if you haven't noticed, again, Dyed by Dojo Dyes, best dyes in the game. Go check them out. Now for my most overstable D2, this is a newer run, very overstable 500 D2. So 500 D2s fly completely different. That's a very old run that's down there, and it's been in the bag for quite a while, so that's why it flies like that. The newer run stuff, I can go grab any of them off the shelf, and I know exactly what it's going to do. The consistency's gotten so good. I'm absolutely loving it. I can go buy plenty of backups, and I know exactly what the backup's going to do without even throwing it. But this right here was one that CJ did during his collab with Prodigy Discs. If you look on their website, they have a section of just dojo dies, and the D2 is one of them. I got this in one of the club boxes, and it has not left my bag since. This one right here is if I need more distance in a headwind shot, or if I just got a ripping headwind or something, I know I can trust this to flip it up to flat, and it's just going to ride. It will never burn over on me and things. I can throw it dead flat, get a little bit of flex out of it. It's just something that I could really, really power up on instead if I need to, or if I need that spike hyzer finish, just put it on the hyzer, let it do its job and stuff and come back. So, yeah, my overstable D2 there. And then my most overstable driver in my bag, this is pretty much just for utility shots. It is a 500 X2. These things are just absolute meat hooks. I would love to have an X1, but I'm not shelling out that much for a disc right now. And I don't get them for free yet, so working on that. This one right here, I can just trust it to, if I need a short but hard hook, I can just kind of pop it and let it push and just super far left on forehand. That's the main thing that I use it for. Or like the winds we had out at Waco, I could throw this dead flat and it's just going to carry and get back to the right. It will not flip over. I have not been able to flip it in anything unless I release it on any, but then it comes back very quickly and gets back to the ground. So pretty much just a utility disc for me, but still something that I really need in my bag, that I feel like I need in my bag anyways. So yeah, that's all the discs that I have in my bag for right now for the 2025 season. A couple of those may be subject to change with some of the signature series that came out that I've been testing in the field. The D2, the Nick Newton D2 and the Luke Humphreys D3 in particular may find their way cycling in and out and stuff throughout the course of the rest of the season. Other than that, I've just got my Zuka backpack cart here with a Apex XL bag inside of it. It fits very comfortably, actually. It's got plenty of room for it to move around. I can still use the side pockets. My retriever here. See, I got my guitar patch. Don't fear the death putt. That there has helped me in death putts a few times. This stuff, little Dirty Birdie patch. Some old stickers that have been down there for a while. Then all the ones on top, all Prodigy, Texas one, Bushnell. Covered up the logo down on the bottom with a Velcro, so I put more patches. I got my disc Raptor here for if my disc gets like really dirty, muddy, or something like that. This thing works really well to clean it, get like the main chunks of stuff off, and then I go to the towels to finish it off, get the finer details cleaned up and dry really well. My main minis that I use are these two micro or macro M4s. They're M4 discs, but they're not premium plastic. But CJ went ahead and did the Team Dojo thing on there for me. So I thought that was really cool of him. I just sent them to him to see if there was anything he could do with it, and that's what he did. I was like, cool, I'll take it. Got my phone holder, my bird sauce over here on this side. Yeah, it's about time for a new putter pouch anyways. I've got a couple rips in this one. This Velcro doesn't hold anymore. I've had this pouch for quite a while. On this side, I got my rangefinder and the other mini that I've started using, the Big Germ Stop and Go mini that I got from him in Waco at his booth. Shout out Big Germ for these minis, man. These things are awesome. Absolutely love them. Yeah, that's about it. That's my setup, everything that's in my bag, including the cart and the bag itself for 2025. Appreciate you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment down below. I'm excited. Got a lot of good things coming here soon, so keep an eye out. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.